Cell phone charger back there if you need one.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Do you live around here?
Oh no, you are getting me back home. Actually, I really appreciate.
Oh, back to Chicago.
Yep, I live out there, and I just had a passenger that came all the way out to Bartlett.
Yeah.
And as I was coming out here, they said, "Hey, there's somebody going back to Chicago. Do you want it?" It was 20 minutes ago. I said, "Absolutely. Give me that."
That's so perfect.
It really worked out. I mean, I dropped them off 10 minutes ago, and I had this one ready to go, so it worked out perfect.
Oh, then I should probably do more ahead reservations then.
Sometimes they work. If you can plan it ahead, they'll get people like that. They just knew. And honestly, I don't know how many people are out here Uber-wise. I feel like it's not a small town, but it's not a big enough city.
It's probably hard to get Uber out here.
Exactly. So it's good to, if you do it ahead of time, people can pick and choose and say, okay, what they're doing. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Me too.
Worked out for both of us.
Exactly. You just getting off work?
No, I gotta go pick up my other car in the city.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're done with Ubers after that.
Yeah. Well, unless I always need an Uber, but like you said, it's hard out here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's just very suburban. And I think if they are an Uber driver, they're like, I'll just make the 45-minute drive to the city to make a little more consistent money.
Yeah.
Than being out here.
Yeah. That's why I asked if you were around here, because I was like, let's cut the middleman, man.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
If you can get a driver out here for sure.
So I can just make it worth it for them.
Sure, I totally get you. Yeah, and I get a lot of those where people are like, hey, do you live here? Do you want me to drop you out? Like, can I call you directly? And I'm like, maybe not.
You don't like that?
Not really, only because, and it's fine, but like, I do this more for socialization than I do for anything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work in tech 9 to 5 from home. So like, I don't talk to people all day. So like, this is kind of the only way to do it. So it's not really worth it.
I see.
Yeah, but that's just me. It's just because I'm just like, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be watching Netflix, So this just gets me out the house and talking.
That's good. Yeah. Do you work from home then?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I have this basketball game I'm trying to also watch.
Oh, who's playing?
It's the Wizards against the Celtics.
Okay, Wizards versus Celtics. Who are you rooting for?
Do you watch basketball?
No, I do not. And I'm from California, so like I think I have
me too.
to be,
Where?
I grew up in the Bay Area, Northern California.
Oh, okay. Well, my favorite player is there.
Really? Okay.
In fact, that's exactly why I'm watching the Wizards, because they traded Jordan Poole to the Wizards, and he was my second favorite next to Steph.
Okay, Stephen Curry.
So
okay.
I'm following him now.
Nice. Okay.
I'm from Southern California, Orange County.
Nice. Okay. And then I was going to say, so for my 20s, I lived in LA. And so this cell phone is a 323 Hollywood number.
Oh, okay.
And you can't even get those anymore. So I'm like, I'm never going to give it up.
Nice.
I'm never going to give it up. Yeah. So, but yeah, exactly. Well, that's funny. So 2 Californians get in the car, right? Here we are.
Yes.
What brought you out here to Chicago?
My parents.
Your parents? Okay.
They're getting older.
Sure.
I want to be closer to them.
I get that. That makes sense. Just kind of helping out and doing that. Do you plan on moving back to the West Coast eventually, or are you liking the how cheap and affordable everything is here?
Only I miss the ocean.
Oh God, I get
That's
you.
the only thing that I miss is the ocean and the mountains.
Yes, there's no mountains over here.
There's nothing like it.
No.
The landscape is nothing like California.
Absolutely.
But I don't even mind the weather here. I love Christmas here.
Good.
I love the changing of the season.
Yeah.
I've come to love winter, to
Oh,
be
wow.
honest. I
Okay.
like the cold.
Yeah.
Because California's just been hot every time I come back.
Yes.
Even I think I've adapted to the colds, because now like an 85-degree day is like, what the hell was it so hot,
Yeah, it sounds like you got cold adapted. It sounds like it got you.
Yeah, so I love the changing of the season. Like fall here really feels like fall. It looks like fall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But man, nothing beats that ocean and the mountains.
I get you. I do. I'm 100%. I'm here because my daughter's mom moved here with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
after we split up. And I was like, well, I work in tech from home. I do Uber. I'm a comedian. So I can do all these things from Chicago. So I'm going to come too. So I came from Chicago. And it is, you know, I tell my daughter, I go, listen, if they were to put Chicago in Los Angeles, I'd never want to leave. But this cold, I can't do it.
You can't.
I can't do it. I can't do it at all.
It does get brutal.
It gets, and when I moved here the first two times was 2013 and 2018. Both of those years were polar vortex years.
Oh.
So we're talking negative 30 degrees and then a wind chill on top of that. And so I tell them, I go, listen, I don't acclimate. I just have snow-induced PTSD because of those winters. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And so that's also, I'm just like, I'm counting the days. I got like 7 more years and then my daughter's 18 and I can go.
And then you're like, well, it depends on where she goes to college.
Depends on where she goes to college. But I told her, I said, listen, sweetie, I'll get you a ticket. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just not. And the thing is, she also doesn't like it. I brought her home to visit my hometown a bunch of times. And we go out in May and it's all green and beautiful because it's still freezing cold in Chicago.
Yeah.
And she's like, why are we here? Why are we in Chicago? Like, what is this? Like, I want the spring. I'm like, talk to your mom. That's not on me. It's not on me. Sorry. But
why did her mom move to Chicago?
because she's from here. She grew up out here. Yeah, so when she grew up out here.
So her family is here?
Her whole family, everybody.
Oh,
but now, all of them are over there except for her mom. They're all in Oceanside.
Wait, Oceanside, California?
Yeah, San Diego, over near San Diego. Yeah, and they're all over there. Her brothers, her sister, her brother-in-law, all of her nieces and nephews, they're all over there.
Yeah.
The only one here is her grandma, and her grandma's like trying to sell her business and go.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, let's get out of here. I'm freezing. But who knows? We'll see what happens.
Is your daughter's not in high school yet, is she?
No, not yet. She's 11. That's the thing. Once she's 13, she can decide where she wants to go. But she's only 11 right now. So
can they decide once they're 13?
Once they're 13,
really?
Yeah. Once they're 13, they can decide where they want to go. And if they're like, I don't want to hang out, I don't want to have a visit, it's canceled just like that. It's up to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of those things. So we'll see what happens at 13. We'll see. I don't know. She might decide I'm Mexican. She might decide she hates me because once she becomes 13, I might be a little too strict.
It depends on where her friends are, or like, you know.
Exactly. That's why.
Stay by her friends.
Yeah, and that's why. So right now I live in Edgewater, north side of the city. Literally, I'm 2 blocks from the beach.
Yeah.
Right there, right where Lakeshore Drive ends. I'm right there.
This drive is perfect.
Exactly, and it's as close to an ocean as you can get in Chicago. That's for sure. So I like it. It doesn't smell the same, but it's beautiful, and the beaches are soft and sandy.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, this is as good as I get. But you know, we're doing the custody thing and trying to figure out where she's actually going to reside. But she has all of her friends. She lives in the burbs with her mom, and that's where she got enrolled in school. So that's where a lot of her friends are. So I'm gonna rent the house out that I have in Edgewater, and I'm buying something else that's closer to where she is in the burbs.
Where is she in the burbs?
Oak Park, if you're familiar with that area.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, she's in Oak Park. They have, decent enough schools, at least where she is. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a nice area over there.
It's a nice area, and then I'll be right by there as well. And so that'll make it to where it's like, okay, fine, she can stay in school, she can have more time with me.
Yeah.
Because, right now I do after school pickups a couple times a week, and it's like a 45-minute drive.
It's like the opposite direction.
Exactly. So it's just not a good. It's like, okay, it's a lot, and I want to be able to drop her off at school and stuff like that too, and you just can't do that if she's staying over.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So it's like, okay, cool, I'll just do that. So I'll be in the burbs, which I'm very much a city boy. Like I said, I lived in LA, I lived in San Francisco before that. Like, I need 1 million people around me at all times. So we'll see how I do with the burbs. We'll see. What do you do? You say you work remote? What do you do from home?
I just do media planning.
Oh, media planning. Okay,
for
cool.
an entertainment and media company.
Yeah.
More radio.
Okay. So a lot of that is like media planning for radio companies. So you're kind of planning like events, planning on when things go.
No. It's advertising.
Advertising.
So I'm planning like media for advertisers to air on radios and podcasts and streaming platforms. I work for iHeart.
iHeartRadio,
Yeah.
iHeartMedia. Yeah, I know them. I listen to the Real Friends, Fake Doctors, Real Friends.
Yes, yes. So
yeah, that's a big one.
I plan those commercials.
Oh, that's so cool. I always wonder, is it algorithmic, or is it like you go, okay, this is a lot of people, they listen to this, they tend to be into these things, based on, like, how do you get information to know what media to put out?
It's a lot of data.
Yeah.
Like there's Nielsen, there's like metrics for that.
Uh-huh.
And we go by demographics, of course, like, you know, Kiss FM is
Sure.
towards a 18 to 34 demographic.
Uh-huh.
And like, so we kind of know because of the content of the podcast or the show,
Mm-hmm.
we know what it's geared towards.
Sure.
And advertisers know, so advertisers use that those metrics and data
Mm-hmm.
to advertise their product, like what is their product geared towards.
Sure.
And then they actually then pick, like, oh, we think this will work, our product will work on this show.
Sure.
And so then, you know, we come up with a plan and a package, and then we measure the metrics after that, see how well they do.
Sure,
if
because they have a promo
if there's
code.
Any impact.
Yeah.
And the promo code does help to
Yeah.
like keep track. So yeah.
Sure. Okay. That's really, and that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because I know, like, with radio, they just kind of go, okay, we just guess the airtime is sold, but it's like, how do you filter that down to know that you have impactful?
Yeah, there's a whole
marketing?
science behind
Mhm.
it. Can't just like nilly-willy stuff, because then there won't be as big of a, as you want to try to impact the product as much as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like a song, right? You want to try to impact the song as much as possible. That's why there's like genres.
Right. Absolutely.
You're not gonna put a country song onto like a rap station.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then you're not gonna promote like I don't know, a vaccine for older people on a young people station.
Right. No advertisements for hip replacements on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a win-win. You try to do a win-win situation with advertisers.
Sure.
Like, you know, we want to get you to reach the most reach
Yeah.
to your target audience that
Sure.
will use your product and
Yeah.
could use your product, and then in return, you know, you advertise with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then becomes cyclical. Like, here, you see the benefit. We're getting you more of the market, so keep going and
Yeah.
keep doing it. So how do you get into doing something like that? Is it like a college degree, or did you kind of fall into it?
Unfortunately, I don't have a college degree, but
Neither do I, so that's
it is
fine.
really,
Yeah.
it is something that most do have a college degree
Oh,
in.
yeah.
For me, I did everything kind of backwards.
Uh-huh.
I started college, and then I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get into the entertainment industry ASAP. So
Sure.
during my freshman year, my first semester,
Uh-huh.
I started seeking an internship in
Okay.
radio.
Uh-huh.
And never would have thought I got it.
Yeah.
But then
okay.
my college was like, we don't do this for freshmen.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, we don't do this at community colleges. You got to
Sure.
go to transfer to the university when you're a junior or senior.
Uh-huh.
But they were really kind enough after a lot of like talking to allow it for me.
That's good.
Because you can't intern unless you're getting actual credit.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the only exchange. Yeah.
And then that's where it started. I interned, and then my semester was up, and I just kept interning for free. No one really
Wow.
noticed. And then I just kind of climbed my way up.
Wow. Okay, so you just got
It
your
took
foot
a
in
while,
the
but
door.
then I quit school
Yeah.
before I finished.
Uh-huh.
So that was, I just didn't have time for it.
Sure.
But that's where I did things backwards. Now it's like, it's hard for me to find another job without a degree.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you've been doing it for so long.
Yes,
It's kinda like,
so
what else could you
Now,
do?
like, I'm looking to like make more money, and now I'm realizing as I'm older entertainment doesn't make that much money.
Oh no.
Media and entertainment does not make that much money in comparison to like other places.
Sure.
So, like for TV example, right? Like
Uh-huh.
I'm in radio right now, but
Yeah.
I'd like to get into TV because they make more money.
Sure.
But, yeah, it's. I didn't realize how, like, a degree is definitely an advantage. So these
Right.
young people are like, oh, degrees mean nothing anymore. No, it does. It means something. It means like you actually get looked at.
Right.
Now, your kind of degree, that's
Right.
a question.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, you definitely get looked at. How did you get into tech without a degree?
It's a really fun story. So, like you, I was into media as well.
Yeah.
So let's see here. After high school, I technically I'm a high school dropout. I was in California. I took the proficiency exam. They don't even let you do that anymore. But the exam said, this is when I was 16. This is my junior year. I didn't even do my senior. They said you have a high school diploma in California, but everywhere else you will not have a diploma. I said, I'm never going to leave. It's fine. So I did that, and then I joined a cult for a little bit. So I was
You
in
joined the what?
a cult.
A cult?
Yeah, I was in a cult for a couple of years.
Wait, what kind of cult?
I was in the Church of Scientology. I worked for them for a couple of years. Yeah. And then after I got out of that, I was just working. I was like, well, what can I do? What kind of work can I do? I was working office jobs because those seem to pay the most.
Yeah.
But, you know, I taught myself technology to save money. Like I would fix my own computers and stuff.
Wow.
And I was like, maybe I can get a job doing this. And my friend worked for Casting Networks in Hollywood, right? So they do all the guest and extras casting and stuff like that, background casting, all those things.
Yeah.
So she's like, my company's hiring for a level 1 IT guy. Get me a resume. So I was like, okay. And so this is the joke I tell people is that I'm an actor playing the part of an IT guy. I wrote a resume that was 100% lies. 100%.
Really?
And I just turned it in and I Googled my butt off. I just Googled everything I didn't know how to do.
Wow.
I just typed it in the internet and I'm funny, I'm charming.
You're so
I
smart.
as an actor, right? So I tell people, I go, listen, you call it lying on a resume. I call it workplace improv.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I'm just making it up as I
that's
go.
so true. I was thinking about lying about my degree just to get my foot in the door and get
For
an
sure.
interview.
Yeah.
But I'm like scared.
It honestly, I don't know. I can't say the same for media. What I can say for tech is two things. Is one, most people don't know anything. They know less than I do about it. And number two, if they find out that I'm a fraud, there will be another company that will hire me.
Yeah.
And so far, this started in 2009. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm at like 15 years now. Nobody's wised
I
up.
love it.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta take that chance because what's
Yeah.
the worst that they can say? No.
Exactly, and they were already going to, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you
I
get
gotta do
hired,
that.
yeah, and you get experience. And honestly, that's the thing I realized is like someone was like, look, like they said this, part of making it, what you got to do is you got to say you know how to do it. You got to go. You got to make the mistakes. You get kicked around. You get up again. You dust yourself off. You learn. And you try again. I go, that's faking it.
Yeah.
That's no different.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip the 4 years and owing someone $100,000 with
Yeah.
interest, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to do it now. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did. And I'll tell you, because my resume had about 9 years of experience on it already, there were people with college degrees that they would hire me over because I had the experience. I could do it. I knew how to talk the talk, and I knew how to do it. And honestly, from there, that was level 1. I'm now a senior infrastructure engineer.
Nice.
And the way I did that was by getting jobs I didn't know how to do
Yeah.
and Googling my butt off and just
Yeah.
saying, yeah, I can do that. I've done that. I've been doing it. And then they say, okay, cool. And once you get your foot in the door, that's it. You ever watch that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Catch Me If You Can?
I haven't seen it, but I need to.
Right, but so it's that one where he like pretends he's a pilot,
Yes.
he's a fraudster and all that stuff.
Yes.
Well, that's based on a real guy, and that real guy, he had 3 keys to his success. He says, number 1, he says he never said no to anybody. If you needed him to do something, he was the guy. He would take care of it. He would get it done for you. He took every opportunity you gave him.
Got it.
Number 2, he was super friendly and super funny to everyone. He would literally pretended to be a doctor. The way he would do it is like he would be there with other interns,
Yeah.
and they would need to be drawing blood, and he'd be like, I don't know how to do this. How about you do this? He actually didn't know how, but it was funny. It seemed like, oh, hey, I'm trusting you to learn it.
Yes.
And they would perform the procedure,
Yes.
and that was it, and he would move on that way.
Love it.
And he said the number 3 thing, he says, I studied my butt off.
Uh-huh.
I cracked the books. I hit the books every second I could
Yeah.
to learn about what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that's it. Those were the 3 things. So I just took that attitude. I said, okay.
I'm
if they-
about to take that attitude.
Do it. Do
I
it. You
need
can
to-
do it.
I need to raise my income.
Uh-huh.
So I need to do something about this.
Absolutely. Get into IT too. Might as well. Just do both.
I don't know if I can, but you know what? I gotta try.
I can tell you can. If you have the gumption, that's
Yeah.
all you got to do.
Yeah.
And it's just acronyms. Learning with the 3-letter this, 3-letter that.
Yeah.
That's all IT is. What does this mean? Okay, and then
Yeah.
it's very simple. I tell everyone it's very simple. Google will do 90% of the work for you. You just research it. But any job is like that. Any job is like that for sure.
That's very motivating. I gotta watch that movie.
It's a great one just because they don't talk about any of that stuff. He wrote a book because the FBI hired him.
Yes.
He was so good at being a fraud that the
Yeah.
FBI hired him. And he started speaking and doing those stuff and telling people his story, and he wrote a book. And in the book, that's what he said. He said, these are the 3 things. I work my butt off. I do. And you want to know the funniest thing about it all?
What?
Is one of my bosses at a tech company told me that story. And that's the thing I used from then on
Nice.
at every other place after that. It was
Nice.
like, oh, great. You just gave me the tool. So it's like, cool. I knew everything I needed. I learned it all there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, that's I picked up a student, my very first passenger today. I picked him up in Loyola, and we talked about school because she's studying neuropsychology, neurology, like the nerve system, the brain, and all that stuff. And she's going to all this school, and I'm like, if you were to work with a neurosurgeon for 3 years, you could learn everything he would have to teach you and know how to do it and be ready to intern, as opposed to now you've got 7 years of education you're going to have to do, and then you're going to have to intern, and then you're going to be a resident, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
right? It's first 7 years, and then that. It to me just makes zero sense. Like, there's just, I feel like, better ways to do it.
Yeah.
So the like people say, here's the college degree or whatever. Like I said, I'm buying a home on Monday, or no, last Friday we did home inspections, and I was there with the real estate agent. I was there with the home inspector, and I was there with me, and somehow we got onto the topic. Like, the real estate agent, he's like, I'm an engineer for flow dynamics. He's like, but I make more selling real estate, and I haven't touched engineering in 10 years. And the home inspector was like, I've been doing this since I was 17. You know what? He for one home inspection, he charges $550 for one. He does 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have a college degree. And then the real estate agent goes, you know what? He says, I've talked to a lot of people. He says, every employer, every small business owner I've talked to, they say, I don't have a college degree, but all my employees do.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really it. It's like, if you have the gumption, you can make something.
Yeah, I gotta have a different attitude towards this job seeking process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to redo my resume then, now that we're talking.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, and if you want to put me down as a reference, I'm more than happy to say whatever you want. You got it.
Really? You would?
Of course. I honestly, like, I've done it for several friends. I tell people I love lying to people to make them money. I'm happy. I'm happy to. Okay, it's great. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who's still to this day. She's just like, I'm just like, just tell me what I did and what you did and what we did, and I'll take it from there. It's improv. Like I said, it's acting. It's no different.
That's so cool, man. So do you only drive on the weekends?
I do. On the weekends, I don't have my daughter. Yeah, then I drive. Yeah, other than that, it's like I said, I work 9 to 5. I'm married. I have a wife, so I hang out. We do that stuff too. But yeah, it's pretty much just sometimes on the weekends. And usually I try and stop before sundown. That's usually my goal. So like,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done after I drop you off. I'm done for the day.
That's good. That's good. Is this a RAV4?
It is a RAV4, yeah.
What year is it?
2021.
I'm thinking about getting a RAV4.
I highly recommend them. They're great cars. I get like 26 to the gallon in this thing.
Yeah.
So it does great. It's Toyota. They're super reliable.
Yeah.
You know.
I have a Honda right now.
Yeah.
But it's 2009.
Okay, so it's a little old. Yeah, is that it started getting rusted
It's
or
a track
anything?
car. Yeah, it
Ah,
started
okay.
to get rusty.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I really lucked out. So if you remember 2021, there was the car shortage and there's all this stuff. So like buying cars was insane.
Yeah.
And I got super lucky in that I went to the dealership. They had this one. It was there, and it had about 3,000 miles on it. So I got the used price. It wasn't new, but that's a brand new Toyota. 3,000 miles is nothing on a Toyota.
Yeah.
So they gave me the used price, but it was brand new. So I was like, oh, this is great.
That's awesome.
And then obviously I didn't do any driving because it was COVID. I had a daughter. I didn't want to get her sick, so I didn't do anything with it. I put no miles on it, none whatsoever. And then like even now, it's barely got any. It's got like 120,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's really not a lot of miles.
Yeah.
And it's great. These things go for 400,000 as long as you change the oil regularly.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. These things will last forever. Yeah, if you want a little more space, that's the other thing I like of it. They're not big. They're not like the full-size SUVs and the mid-size SUVs.
But they're not small either. I've
Exactly.
seen smaller SUVs.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They're not
And
small.
right now they're priced decently because a brand new Honda Accord is about the same price as a RAV4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and you can fit them all in the same place. It's the same wheel body. That's what's great about it. This is the same profile of a car as a Honda Accord. And you get just that much more space, a little more storage, a little roomier. And the gas economy, I was getting driven by someone on a Honda Accord. It's 26 miles to the gallon also. It's no better. It's the same. So what's the point not to? I'm trying to think. I don't know what Honda has as far as like a mid-size SUV though.
They have an HRV.
Okay, the HRV.
I don't know if it's a mid-size.
I was looking at those. Yeah, the CRV and the HRV. Yes, and those were the ones that I was like, okay, which one am I going to go? I end up going with Toyota. But yeah, and they're good. I mean, Honda's a very reliable car as well. I haven't heard any complaints about them as long as you get not the CVT transmission, but even then, I think they're getting better than they used to be. But yeah, are you thinking you're going to go hybrid with it?
I want to. I can't afford it right now, but
Sure.
I'm saving up money to eventually. I want to go hybrid. It's more money though, so I might not be able to. But
Sure.
depends on when my Honda craps out. So I'm just trying to save money until it craps out.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna see how much I have to deal with. I would love to go hybrid. Is this hybrid or no?
No, this one's not. This is transit. Yeah.
I don't want to do full electric. I just want to kind of start gearing towards that.
Sure.
And I feel like a hybrid would be a good entry level.
Yeah. I plan on driving this one until this one craps out, and then I'm going to go hybrid.
Yeah.
But and again, remember I said the transmission is the thing. So the CVT is called constantly variable transmission. It's a new transmission type that's in hybrid cars, and they put it in some gas cars like Nissan. They're all in all Nissans, and those things go bad completely randomly.
What is it called? CVT?
CVT transmission.
Okay.
And all hybrid cars have that version of the transmission.
Oh, so maybe I should
Exactly.
go hybrid.
So if you can go traditional gas,
Yes.
that's going to be more reliable. You're not going to have transmission problems.
Gotcha.
And once it gets older, you're ready to trade it in. You're ready to sell it.
Yeah.
That's when I think the transmissions will be good.
Will be better for hybrid.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But that being said, I mean, I don't know what gas prices are going to do is the thing. So it's like you kind of have to go, what's it going to look like in the next 10 years?
Yeah.
They're for sure going to be a couple of dollars more a gallon, frankly. That's just how it always goes.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, switching to hybrid electric. And honestly, I think starting soon, you won't even be able to get a non-hybrid car. Like you won't be, there's new legislation coming out where all manufacturers are minimum hybrid, but if not completely electric. So it's coming out. It's on the way. It's just that's what legislation is doing. In California, you can't buy anything that's not electric anymore.
Yeah.
You just can't. And that's spreading. That's coming across the nation. So it'll happen, but that also means gas prices are going to kind of do this,
Yeah.
So who knows? But But it could be, it could be something, could be worth it. But yeah, like I said, for that, the CVT transmission, avoiding that, getting a transitional one, or was it traditional one, then the traditional transmission, those work best currently.
Yes. So we're watching this game.
I was gonna say, sounds like somebody's doing good, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
It always feels good when things work out for the day.
Sure. Okay.
Like, I'm just thinking about our Uber ride and how you were in Bartlett, and now you're taking me back to near your neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's great. It's great. Honestly, that's why I love Uber. Like, you ever watch that Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man?
No.
Okay, so in Yes Man, he just has to say yes. Doesn't matter what people say.
Yeah.
You want to go bungee jumping? Yes. You want to go skydiving? Yes. He has to say yes. You want to buy drinks for everybody? Yes. He has to do it. Okay. That's how I do Uber. I get in the car and I say yes to every passenger, whatever. If
I
it
love
comes
it.
up, I see it and I go, just take me on an adventure. My wife today was like, why don't you go downtown? Why don't you go there and get the Christmas people and see what they're. And I go, that's just not how I do
Yeah.
Uber. I let it go. I go, Uber's going to take me wherever it's going to take me. And it always works out great. It always ends up being these great conversations.
Yes.
It always takes me to really cool places. And that's just all that. That's what I really love about it. So yeah, it absolutely works out great. Usually every time. Now, granted, sometimes it has stranded me all the way out in Mokina, Illinois.
Really?
Surrounded by corn. But for the most part, I make it back. There's usually a passenger that has me come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works out great.
So you're out in Mokina. It's not like people are Ubering in Mokina.
No, exactly. They don't even know what Uber is out in Mokina. Like, what you talking about?
So you remarried, John?
I am.
Nice.
Yeah,
Did you meet her here?
Yes and no. I met her while living here, but she was from Mexico.
Okay.
And
How'd you meet her?
She found me on a dating app.
Oh, what was the dating app?
Boo, if you're familiar with it, if you've heard of it.
No,
B-O-O.
I've never heard of it.
It's they call it dating for introverts. They do all the tests and all this stuff, and
Really?
that's how their gimmick. That's what their deal is. But I'll tell you one cool thing I learned. Regardless of matching algorithms, all dating apps are statistically equally as successful as pairing people up at random.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. It really is, because people have the same biology. It's really, if you meet, like, do your hormones match up? Do you like the biochemistry? Do you like the smell? Do you laugh? How do you get along with each other? So dating apps are just an avenue for people to meet with each other and see if they work. That's really the only success.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she found me on that. And then we actually went to Vegas last weekend and got remarried. Not only remarried, it was vow renewal is what they call it. But because we got married in Mexico, and then was like, okay, well, we got to move her into America. So I was like, I think we got to get married here. So let's just do it now before the new people take office and all that stuff. So we went down there, but then they go, actually, no, if you're married in Mexico, you're good. You're married everywhere. It's legally around the world. You just now have to import the marriage. And so that's the change of status that we got to do. But that's like a whole other thing. But yeah, so that's what we did. So that's where we met. And it was great. It's been great so far. Yeah. I've actually was never married before. My kid's mom and I were boyfriend, girlfriend.
Gotcha.
So I tell people I got all the fun of a divorce without the marriage.
Oh, yes. No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I was in a long-term relationship, and it feels like a divorce.
Right? Yes.
Especially when you were living with them. It just, I can't even imagine the paperwork of an actual divorce.
Oh, yeah, it's a mess, and and then because we broke, it was really a very messy breakup. We had to do the custody battle. We're still in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So it's been 6 years of just like attorney's fees and child support.
Yeah.
So yeah, super messy, and my mom was like, why are you getting married when I got married? She's like, why are you doing this? Like, you already went through all this stuff. But I was another passenger in the car who, like, he got shot 3 years ago, and he's still in the same area, same neighborhood, and he's and I said, listen, I don't let fear of something bad happening stop me from pursuing something I want. and that, you know, that goes for finding a new job too, right? It's like,
yeah.
you know, the what ifs, you can fill your brain with what ifs,
Yes.
but nobody can predict the future.
Yep.
Nobody can tell you what's going to happen. So I say, listen, I'm not here for the what if. I love this person. We get along fantastic. I want to spend the rest of my life. That's it. I don't need any other things other than that. So yeah, so we remarried and no kids yet, but they're definitely on the plan. What about yourself? You got a significant other?
Nope.
No.
I tried dating app before.
Uh-huh.
I tried Match.com.
Ooh, yeah, okay, Match. Uh-huh.
Went on a couple dates. Didn't really work out.
Sure.
I just deactivated my page.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, and okay, so here's a cool thing. Kind of cool, right? eHarmony Corporation owns most dating apps.
Okay.
Including Match.com.
Gotcha.
That's just their niche. They just buy them all. Okay, Cupid, Plenty of Fish, all of them are owned by Match or by eHarmony. But they all have different algorithms, and like I said, they're all equally the same as just meeting people at random. And that's honestly why I always say, don't invest any money, don't spend any money. Just go get the app, get your profile out there, and meet people. But that being said, most successful, like long-lasting relationships are friends pairing you up.
Absolutely.
That seems to be. But if you're like me and you don't have any friends, that's not an option.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just have to get, and I definitely understand that I'm extremely lucky. I've been on dating apps since they were websites. You know, this was like when it was online dating only. Cell phones didn't even do those yet. That's when I was on, and it took me about 15 years to find her. So, you know, it's I might be the worst spokesperson for it, but I tell everybody, look, just go, just have fun, just meet people. It's just an avenue to get someone in, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. No. I don't. It's complicated. It's hard.
I get you.
And half of it is probably my fault.
Oh, how so?
I have very low tolerance. The guys that, I don't know. I guess I'm just a romantic. I want that old school.
Uh-huh.
I want to feel it.
Sure.
And I want to be friends first.
Okay.
It's a lot of guys that I date. I make them wait too long.
Okay.
At first, I felt like, if you really like me, then you would wait.
Sure.
But a year to 2 years is too long.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, that's way too long. Yeah.
So.
And honestly, I would say for you, that tells if you don't want to do something and you want to wait for a year, you're with the wrong person.
Yeah.
You're with the wrong person. That's 100%.
And I don't blame them
Yeah.
because to them they're probably thinking like it's a kind of rejection kind of type. Like.
Oh yeah.
I don't blame them. It's not a rejection. I think it's probably more like, I don't know if I trust you yet, so
Sure.
I don't want to get intimate with you.
Oh yeah.
Until you show that I can trust you, but then it takes me so long to actually trust you.
Sure.
Kind of type.
Yeah.
So half of it is on me, but then at the end of the day, when I look at it, I'm just like, it works out for both because they end up in another relationship pretty quickly.
Sure. Yeah, they self-select out and they move on, and that's life. Yeah.
And then that makes me feel like, well, you never liked me anyways, like that.
Right.
But that's very like, it's not very logical, that thinking. Because who the hell wants to wait to get intimate that long, you know?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think the max would be 3 months.
Ooh, I can't. 6 months is
okay, that's your minimum. All right.
Minimum. But then it depends, right? Like, 6 months is the minimum for guys that I have questions about.
Exactly.
And then maybe 3 months, I guess.
Yeah.
I can see myself with a guy that I just like automatically feel very comfortable, feel very trusting of, and you know.
and that honestly, that's really it, because that's what everyone says. Like if you ask people when they get married, like when did you know? It's usually right around the 3 month mark, because it really only takes about 3 months to get to know somebody truly very well, unless they're, I mean, if they're a complete fraud. But even then, nobody can keep up a facade for years and years and years, because the truth comes out eventually. Um, but yeah, 3 months is honestly plenty of time.
You think so?
I do,
I feel
but
like
here's the
3
thing.
months is not a lot of time.
It is and isn't. It just depends on what the dating is. It really sounds like to me like you just happen to have met a lot of people that weren't the match for you.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to
Yeah.
to have that experience and go, well, I guess it's just not out there, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. And unfortunately, dating apps make you feel that way, like you're doing something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Why can't you figure it out? But it really just is random. I mean, look, if you think statistically about what it is you're trying to do, is you're trying to find a partner for life out of the 7.9 billion people on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So that means your odds are 1 in 3.5 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very selective, and I think I'm very afraid of just settling.
Sure, absolutely. And it won't feel like settling. It really won't. When you find the right person, it won't feel like you're doing that. And that very much, that's how it was with my wife. I knew, just, we were having a conversation. I was just like, I love this person. I really want to spend my life with this person. I don't have a question. And I've been on, and I'm not exaggerating, almost 1,000 first dates. Okay. Well, I was on dating apps in Hollywood. I would tell people I was a casting agent or a director, and it worked really great. I went on a lot of dates, and in the whole time, in all the dates I've been on, all the dating I've done, I've never felt this way as I do for her. It's just never happened. So it's just, you're gonna meet the person that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel comfortable, and that's gonna be worth the wait, and will wait to the degree that it's there. You know, but then that question is safety. You're absolutely right. Safety and intimacy are a thing.
Yeah.
Right? The question is, if you're feeling like you need 2 years to feel safe around someone and okay with intimacy, is that for a reason? Or is there something, or is it just an arbitrary number that you've decided on? I know a lot of people were like, okay, wait till marriage. That's the rule. You just wait till marriage. But that kind of went away. But it's like, is there a reason you're waiting and lasting it out this long?
I actually don't intend it to last that long. But I think it just comes to a point where it's like, I'm not feeling it, and you just keep waiting and waiting until you actually feel the trust.
Sure.
And then it just ends up being too long.
Oh, yeah.
And then they just get fed up, which I understand.
Of course. Yeah, of course. And I would honestly say, if you don't feel it at 3 months, end it. If you don't feel it at 6 months, end it. There's no point in dragging out for a year now. I would hate to be with someone for a year.
I know.
And then have them go, you know what, I just don't feel safe being intimate with you. Like, that to me would be like, why did we waste all this time then?
Yeah.
Why?
But like, I feel a lot of guys, how old are you?
38. Wait, 39. I'll be 40 in June.
So I'm 40.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me attracting guys that, I don't know. I really can't tell. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's me. Probably half of it. It may be more than half is me. I'm not willing to, and especially when I've been single for a while now, it's I'm now getting conscious of I gotta like put an effort in.
Sure.
Before I was not, or not at least. It was more of a like, when it's a convenience for me, I'll do it. Like, I'll go out with you when I have time.
Right.
I'll talk to you when I have time.
Sure.
But in actuality, you actually have to make time for that person.
Yeah.
So 3 months would go by and we only went out like twice.
Oh, that's a side chick. If we're going out 2 times, that's a hookup.
So
that's
like,
the one I'm intimate with. Yeah.
So that's my fault though, because they would want to talk every day.
Yeah.
They would want to go out every weekend.
Yeah.
Right. And me, I'm just like, I don't have time for that.
Sure.
So that's why it's like it's probably me.
It isn't. It sounds like you just, like you said, you found a lot of busters. So here's a question: how are you picking these people? What are you looking at?
I haven't been on a date in a while.
Okay.
Because I stopped doing the dating apps.
Sure.
And I spend so much time with work and family that I actually don't go out to try and meet people like that.
Sure.
So
Hey, sure, and
Yeah.
that could be something. I always just wonder, you know, some people have a list of like, okay, they got to be this, they got to be this, they got to be this before they meet.
I am very selective.
Okay.
But it's not like it's. Yes, I am selective, but the most important thing to me,
Mhm.
everything is very compromisable for me.
Sure.
It depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's like I really just want to be good friends first.
Sure.
And that's really hard because people don't have the patience to become friends first.
Absolutely.
Um,
And it's hard to be friends with someone you're on a date with.
yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And honestly, with my wife, she's my best friend. I look
Yeah.
forward to just hanging out, smoking a
Yes.
joint, and
That's
like
what
watching
I
a
want.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's like that just comes. All of that
Yeah.
is natural. And again, you're not doing
So I
anything
guess I
wrong.
have to be like romantically involved with them first, and then the friendship.
Yeah, I mean, both of them happen for an actual connection, an actual match. You're not going to feel like you're doing one or the other.
Yeah.
It's just a person you're connected with. That's
Yeah.
all. It's really very easy. That's actually the easy part, is finding someone that, when it is an actual connection.
Yes.
It's very easy.
So
Yeah.
I just need you to drop me off at my car, which is right up there. John, thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome.
What a
This was so
pleasant
fun.
drive.
I'm glad you thought so.
I didn't have
Oh.
enough cash, but the
Oh.
rest should be
Well,
on
you're
the.
I appreciate
the
that. Thank you
thing,
so
the
much.
app. I like to
Thanks.
tip in cash more.
Well, that's really nice of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was a great chat. So
Yes.
good luck with everything.
Thank you,
and
you too.
Thank you.
Okay.
See ya.
Take care.
You too. Bye.